God bless you guys out there. Thanks for tuning in. Today is December the 4th. Welcome to T. Michael's House of Faith. Our goal is to build the foundation of the trust in the Lord. Help each other fight the conscious mind, taking on other burdens, to be supportive and comforting one another. Remember, the Lord is our author, not us. We do not endorse, finance, or lend. We are self-supporting. We are not professional. It only takes two or three of us to get together to form a faith group where two or three of you are. Also, there's the Lord. Self-supporting, we do ask for a couple of dollars, which goes towards the first works and the gift pot. And hopefully, after Christmas and stuff, we get a little bit larger. I'll get some stuff up there for you can donate. You figure, you get a couple hundred people donating $2. $100 will go towards the pot. The other 100 towards a gift pile, whatever, buy gift cards or something, feedback. Hell, if we get 1,000 people, 2,000, 1,000 there, 1,000 to give back out to you. It's like winning the lotto almost, right? But all right, I'm gonna try to shorten up these videos, make them a little bit quicker. I know you guys ain't got much time to spend just sitting there watching videos, and I know I get too much and overload with too much information. So, and we'll be going back through this come January. I think we'll be going through a lot of this again. So, today our title is Worry and Worrying. Worry is a fuel of anxiety. Get rid of worry and it will decrease anxiety by 75%. Our brain works to keep us alive, not happy. Worrying is telling our brain to keep you safe. You need to know the difference between worry and worrying. You have two types of thoughts. One is the type of thought that pops in and out of your mind all day. The second type of thought is something we engage with. It's an act of thinking. It's engaging in a behavior. Thinking is something that we're doing, and we need to be able to use two different types of skills. So we need two different types of thinking. Random pop-in thoughts. It doesn't help to engage with them, nor does it help to struggle against them. So acknowledge it and move on. With worry thoughts, we use cognitive diffusion. Do not struggle against them. It's only going to make it worse. Worry is when you allow the mind to dwell on troubles. Worrying is an action that you are doing of turning a problem over and over in your mind. It's when you engage the worry thoughts and keep thinking of them. This is something you're doing. It's not something that happens to you. It's what you're doing. You're engaging the thought instead of just letting it go. So to control anxiety, we need to set boundaries on our worrying. Think of it as a train, then move. Think of it as a train when it's moving, you cannot stop it. But we tell it when and where to go, using a skill called scheduled worry. So you are going to worry on purpose. Plan a time each day when you can sit down for 15 or 30 minutes. This is an exercise, not a coping skill. We're strengthening our brain ability to set boundaries, not just trying to feel better when we're anxious. So we need to be consistent if we want to develop these brain boundary muscles, building the new train track in our brain. So choose a time when you can be consistent. You don't want to do it the first thing in the morning, nor do you want to do it just before bed. You don't want to do this in a relaxed state. In the last episode, the last podcast I did, I talked about the beta state and all 4 different states and stuff. So, you can probably look back on that, but you don't want to be in a relaxed state. It's a time to worry. You want to do this at like a kitchen table or at a work desk or something, set up. You're going to be writing. It is easier to tell your brain when and where to worry than it is to tell it not to worry. So during this consistent time you choose, you want to write your worries down on paper. You don't want to type it on a computer or use a computer. It's not as efficient for your brain. I've seen a little bit of someone talking about it. That like when you write stuff down on paper, you're not really concentrating on what you're writing. Like using your hands like a computer, you're looking at what you're typing or whatever. This you're using your brain, you're focusing on what's in your brain and putting it down more. Probably do something on that a little later. The difference between writing it on paper and typing it out, but writing them makes it more concrete and it shows your brain you're serious, that you address these worries so that it doesn't have to keep reminding you throughout the day. Our goal is to tell our mind the time we pick is the time we worry, the time to worry. So consistency is important. You can clarify some of your worries, and you can also choose if there is one or two things you want to plan to take action on. So start with the most thing that worries you the most, that you got to keep putting off the most. And then when you sit down and you think about the worry and take that one worry, and then you want to start putting plans to see what you can go about and do about it. The main purpose here is directing your worries so they don't bother you throughout the day. You got a certain specific time. So that's important. Pick a time and set the timer for 15 minutes. And when it goes off, just get up and walk away and go find something else to do. You're done. You're done for the day. You ain't coming back for another 24 hours. Forget about it. You just spent your time worrying. So when worry comes up, we want to notice it and redirect it. So when worry comes, we want to tell it to come back on our scheduled time so we can stay focused on our task at hand. And the three things that you're going to benefit off this is you spend less time worrying. Number two, you're able to solve some problems. And number three, worrying on purpose will decrease chronic anxiety and stress in your life. So that's pretty huge. And don't forget your 2-minute rule I talked about before. If there's something you can get done within 2 minutes, it's best to get it done within 2 minutes. That way you ain't got to keep pushing it off and worry that you got to come back to it. There's another little part of it you don't have to worry about. But that's our worrying. It's basically scheduling a time for it. And once you start doing that, you don't get worried about stuff throughout the day as much. And you don't let stuff aggravate you and eat at you. And this is what we're doing, is actually taking control over our emotions. We don't have control of things out in life. When you try to take control of something, you usually mess it up. It doesn't go right. It blows up in your face. One thing we can control is our brain thoughts and our emotions. And that's what we need to work on, is doing that. And just like I work on trying to shorten up these videos so you ain't got to spend so much time. I know they got busy. This is Christmas time coming up. A lot of things to do. And speaking of, we got a lot of birthdays coming up here in December. Today is Brian McKellar's birthday. Happy birthday to you, and thank you for your accepting my friend request. And we got a lot more coming up. I actually wrote them all down here. We got December. I got all these coming up in December here, so I'll be giving you all a happy birthday on that day. We got the 4th, 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 9th, the 10th, the 12th, the 14th, the 15th, 19th, the 20th, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 24th. Of course, King Jesus on the 25th. We got the 26th and the 31st. A lot of birthdays up in the December here. So, God bless you on that. And Another thing here too, what you guys want to do, working on building your faith and stuff is ask the Lord for something. Um, spend time with the Lord. It could be something like, yeah, maybe you lost something, maybe you lost a necklace or something. Spend time, ask the Lord, help me find this. Where should I look? Try to look for it. And the point is, even if you don't find it the first day or the second day or the third day, keep turning back to the Lord. Today's a new day, Lord. Can you help me look for this again? And just keep doing that, because you might find it right away, but more than likely you're not, because the Lord's going to see if you're going to be committed and keep coming back to Him. So that's how I got started. It's little things like 50 cents. Lord, I need 50 cents, and I used to walk my dog around, and it went from 50 cents to $1. I started finding that hour here and there, and it wasn't every day. I mean, I'd go almost a week and not see nothing, but I just kept going back to the Lord, kept going back to the Lord, and I'd find it. And then $5, $10, $20, and it might come to you quick, it might not. And one of the biggest things is He's going to want to make sure that you're going to keep turning back to Him and not give up. And another thing is, you really got to put it in your heart, like Matthew 6:21, I think it is. For where your treasure is, there also is your heart. What you want to do is you want to put that desire in your heart. And when you put that desire in your heart and you go for it, that's your treasure. And then God's going to fulfill your treasure, or He's going to fulfill your heart, what you're going after. And sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it don't. Remember, He's the author. And sometimes it takes. I notice. Like looking for a dollar, it might take a week just because I didn't go out there with that boldness. I didn't go out there and say, oh, I know He's going to put it here again for exactly this where I'm going, because I know for a fact it's going to be here. When I get there, it's going to be there. And if I did that, it probably would have been there. And I went ahead and wait for another week saying, okay, come on, I know it's going to be there. I know it's going to be there. And kept telling myself over and over, it's going to be there. I know He did it once before. He's going to do it again. So sometimes you just got to step up with that boldness in it and, work on that and work on it daily, every day. I do, and I find different things. Now, my new task is I draw a line on a little piece of paper here, and I take a dime. I can't move mountains for sure, but I'm going to try to move this dime from one side of the line to the other side of the line. And I'll meditate with the Lord, calling the Lord, keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And every day I keep doing this, maybe twice a day. And I know for a fact one day it's going to break through and it's going to move and it's going to freak me out. I'm like, you ain't going to be able to get that faith to move mountains. We got to work little and when you're faithful in the least, He is faithful in much. It doesn't go vice versa. You don't start out with much. You got to start out with the least. Just like when we do everything, when we're going after everything, you always want to baby step it. And it's all those little baby steps are gonna eventually just build up and pay off. It works out. And one more thing here before I get going, I'm gonna got something for you guys. Give a little prize away here. I was trying to figure out how I was gonna do this, but I figured a question. If you can figure out what I'm looking for here on my dog, if you can answer. If you see something kind of spiritually about my dog, look for something on him here. I'll show you another picture here too. I lost all my pictures. Here's one where he's a little bit fatter in this one. But if you might be able to see it getting quite a glare. But if you notice something on him, type it in there. And what I'm gonna do is give away this extra large sweatshirt. It's a hoodie. Extra large hoodie. I got my thing on it. Michael on YouTube and Michael on Facebook. So it's a pretty cool little shirt I'll be giving away. And type in the answer, and that's something you can work with God with too. Say, Lord, I'm not seeing it. Help me see it. What is He answering? What is He asking? Come on, show it to me. and you work with the Lord on that. And I'm sure somebody's going to see it and they're going to type it in the comments, and you can just copy it. Oh, hey, it is. And I'll tell you, it could be a 2-word, 1-word. It has something to do with Jesus. I guess that could be a hint. So I'm not trying to make it too hard, but a little bit of fun and the ability to for you to connect with the Lord and ask the Lord, what is He asking for? Spend time with the Lord. That's what it's about. Calling on Him, getting you through things, through troubled times, even. So we're gonna cut it short, and we're at our 15-minute mark here. I thank all of you guys. God bless you all. We made it through the ice storm. A little bit of an ice storm there yesterday, and I noticed the roads are a lot better today. God bless you guys. This is a time for stress, and just try to relax and not let things get to you. Just remember, just try to bolt through it. Don't try to comfort yourself with something like alcohol or weed or something. Just push through it. You're gonna get through it. And I mean, how many Christmases have you got stressed out with, and how many have you gotten through? Why get stressed out? Just blow it off, let it go. And hopefully I can get to my anger video. And that's a pretty neat one coming up. But I'm gonna cut this short. God bless you all. Take care out there. Love y'all.